Hello friends and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make marinated Italian chicken subs. So what you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make this, and yes, this chicken has to be marinated for it to get the taste that we want out of it. This is not something you can do in a half an hour or an hour or just a little bit of time. You're going to actually end up mixing up this marinade, put it onto the chicken, and it's going to need to sit in your refrigerator for 2 days to develop the full flavor we want. So you kind of need to plan ahead on this one. So it's not something you're going to make today and it's going to be done. You can start it today, but you're going to have to let it sit, because when stuff like the red wine vinegar and everything mixes into the chicken, it's going to give it a flavor, but it's going to have to sit a minute to get that. So we're going to start out with 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. To this, we are going to add 1/4 cup of olive oil. And once we get these in, we're going to start adding in a bunch of different seasonings that's going to give this a lot of flavor. So the next thing we're going to add in is 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. And then to this you're going to add minced garlic, which is 1½ tablespoons. Get that all in there, make sure you don't miss any of it. Then we're going to add in at least 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. To this we're going to add some parsley, so you need at least 1 tablespoon of that. And then we're going to add salt and pepper to this, which you need about 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we're going to mix this all together, because this is going to coat your chicken and it's going to really penetrate and give it a flavor. But this is why it has to sit for the 2 days in your fridge to actually get that flavor into the chicken. So you need at least 4 chicken breasts for this. Now mine were small, that's why I have an extra one here, because these are all kind of smaller in size. So I went for 5. But really 1 medium to a little bit larger chicken breast per sub is what we're looking for here. So we're going to go ahead and cut off the fat, and then cut these into decently large cubes. We're not going for really like tiny pieces. We want decent size, so when we put it on our skewers to cook it, it's actually going to be a lot of chicken, because I always try to go for at least like 6 pieces or whatever on a skewer, and then 2 skewers per sub, which adds up to quite a bit of chicken once you get a chance to look at this later. So just go ahead and clean up all your chicken. We do not want the fat making it into this, and we're going to cut this up. Now it's your choice of how big a hunk of chicken you want to make. I'm making mine really like a medium size to a decent size of it, like a really large chicken nugget or something like that. But you really need to make sure that you cut it up thoroughly, get it all like sliced up, because once it goes into the marinade, it's going to actually start to absorb, because now that it's all cut up and going in there, it's going to have a chance for all the sides, everything to get really coated. And like I said, especially with the red wine vinegar, it's really going to put some flavor in it. But just go ahead and cut these up completely. Now I'm only going to make 2 subs right now out of mine when it's time to put it all together, but there's enough here to make 4. So the good thing is I don't have to use it all at once. I can use enough to make the 2 subs and put the rest of the chicken back in for lunch the next day, which is perfectly fine for it to be in the refrigerator for another overnight or whatever until I use it up. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken in. I'm going to make sure that it's all split up when it's going into here, and then I'm going to like stir this and get it completely coated with the marinade and get it all over it. So just go ahead and make sure all your chicken cut up really well, get it into the bowl, and then once it's here, just stir it until you see everything getting a good coating, because there's plenty of this in here to actually coat all of it, and that's fine. That's what we really want to see. So stir it up. Once it's stirred and completely covered, then we're going to actually get some plastic wrap, put over the top of this thing for it to go into the fridge, because we don't want anything getting in it. We want to make sure it's protected, but we also don't want it to dry out. So just get that in there completely. And once you go to put this in your refrigerator, one thing you need to remember, that over the next 2 days you need to stir this at least twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, so that way you're making sure that all the juices, all of the red wine, all of the olive oil gets all over this. And you just keep stirring it, like once in the morning, once in the evening. And you're going to do this probably a total of, like, if you do it the first day, and then it's going to be like 2 days, 4 more times, which means you've stirred it at least 5 times before you use it. Now 2 days later, Here's our chicken back from the refrigerator, and you can see it's changed color a bit because the red wine vinegar has already started to cook the chicken. That's good. I have some provolone cheese here. I have some sub buns and skewers. I use provolone cheese. You could swap this out for something else, but I find that the provolone holds up really well to these because you're putting something really hot on top of the cheese. But, you know, like I said, I'm only making 2 of these right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken on skewers. Like I said, try to go for about like 6 pieces on a skewer. And we're going to like spread these out once they're on there to make sure that they're kind of like evenly spread out, not all bunched together because we want it to cook through. But once you get it on there, you can move it around a little bit to where you think it's about the way you want it to be spread out. I just try to give it room to cook. So go ahead and move them around, make sure they're even. Now remember, when you cook this, chicken does shrink a little bit, especially because I'm using an indoor grill. You could literally do this on an outdoor grill or however you want to do it. But I'm just using one of those kind you use in the house, just indoor grill, whatever, because it's just convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and make up for these skewers, and I'm going to use up half of this chicken, which means there's still enough in there for 2 more subs to be done at a later date, which means, you know, I'm going to save mine the next day for lunch because it's a good leftover and it works and it's really quick to put it together and just make subs for lunch. But, you know, we're just going to go ahead and get these all together. And as you can see, as you put this chicken onto a skewer, there's quite a lot there. And 2 of these will really fill up a sub, which is a wonderful thing. So just load yours up, get it ready, and then we'll move on to the next step of getting our buns ready to go. So once you're done getting the chicken out you do need to cover the chicken that's remaining and put it back into the refrigerator unless you use it all. So like I said, I'm doing 2 subs. I have 2 sub buns. I'm going to cut them open. And then I'm going to bring out some provolone cheese to put on here. Now, when you go to put your cheese on, this is where you need to kind of err on the side of, do we want to overload it with cheese? Because you're going to have hot chicken on here. It's going to cause your cheese to melt a little bit. And I'm actually going to warm the cheese on the bun to begin with. I take a piece of provolone and break it in half to put on 1 sub. So you got 2 like half circles on here. And there's a reason. Because I found that the more you put cheese on it, the more chance there is that it's going to become a sloppy mess, because you really don't want that, especially if you're going to add like mayonnaise and lettuce or tomato or anything to this that you want to add. You don't want too much cheese. You just don't want to overload it. It's one of those things where, again, if you have that and it gets really hot, you know, it can slide all over the place. So I put mine in the microwave. I melted the cheese a little bit, warmed up the buns. Now I'm going to set them to the side so that way I can grill the chicken. And the chicken, when you put it on to grill it, you need the grill hot. I sprayed mine with some nonstick cooking spray. If you see something on there, that's what it is. And then I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to let them cook for at least 2 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them. Then I'm going to come back, look at them again, flip them again, because I'm trying to get these really browned on the outside and completely done. But I find that they need around like 7 minutes on my grill to cook to make sure that they're completely done. So that means I flip them a couple of times during the process. If you have an indoor grill and you're doing it that way, it might be a different thing because yours might heat a little bit differently in temperature. But you want to get these really browned and you want to make sure they're really cooked through before you take them off the grill. So if it means you have to turn them a couple of times, that's fine. Just do what you have to do. Then when they're done, open up your sub bun, bring it over, and just remove the skewer from it, because you can slide these right off. It's really easy to do. It doesn't take much effort. And as I said, 2 of these puts a lot of chicken on a sub bun. And as you can see, that's loaded. And it's really great. And now you can add whatever you want to it, whether it's lettuce, mayonnaise, tomato, whatever you like adding, onions, whatever, it's up to you. But in the end, this is what mine looked like, and I served it with French fries, and this had such a great taste, and I think you just might like this. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.